For people thinking about interior design, I would say get as much experience as you can early in your education to help you form an opinion of where you want to go. So there's so many different avenues that you can go with an interior design degree that you should get out there and intern wherever you can, or job shadow, and find people who might be on the career path that you think you might enjoy, and see where it goes. See if you like that. You know, there are people who spend their day at a workstation every day, and other people who are out on construction sites every day. So what makes you tick? What would make you happy? You know, that you could continue to do. And the field of interior design is also evolving. So at any point in time, you know, you could change, you could pivot and decide that instead of focusing on one avenue, you'd like to choose another. So just get out there and try different fields within interior design to see where you might fit best.
The advice that I give to young leaders is probably to do what I was told, is get involved in your career. If it's joining AIA or CSI or another organization and getting out there and learning those skills outside of the office, you build relationships, increase your network, and you have to keep learning.
I would say stick with it. You build on this career, and over time you gain knowledge, you gather knowledge, you gain relationships, and you continue to grow. So don't expect to run before you walk. Don't expect to fly fast before you fly slow. Just do good work now, and be patient, because your time will come. But at the same time, don't be afraid to look for those opportunities. Really what you're doing is you're preparing yourself that when those opportunities come in, you can be very successful.
Get a varied experience. I started out by specifically targeting smaller firms where I knew I would have to do multiple things. I'd even, something that came up the past couple of days, I wish in the United States we had a tradition of forcing architecture students to spend some time working in a construction office. You go to Britain, and one of the things many, if not all, students are required to do is to spend times in a construction office. They become the clerk of the works, and they're tracking down every single nut, bolt, and screw used on a project, and they really understand what goes into making a building, all the parts, as well as the construction process. As designers, we need to understand the construction process. We can't just draw pretty pictures, because you have to know how things go together. You have to understand sequences. You have to understand constructability in order to get the most out of your design.
Think of your career as a 40-year journey, and really map it out. You know, at the beginning of your career, break it down into maybe five-year increments, so that you can set goals that are achievable in incremental components, so that you can learn and master certain aspects of the profession, and then kind of move on to other aspects and just build upon each 5 years experience as you grow and you become a leader. Don't try to do it all at once. Don't be in a rush. Take your time. You'll get great fulfillment by achieving those goals incrementally throughout your career.
Be bold, think big. Do not limit yourself to design within a box. Think of yourself as a sculptor, and if you think big, or you start with a bigger mass, you can start to then chisel away. If you start small, you're picking at bones towards the end of the journey. Second, look at other projects that have been designed already. There's a reason why there's projects that are award-winning, so draw ideas from those projects.
Think about working on the projects themselves as opposed to all of the theoretical. And I say that because my background, I have a degree in electrical engineering from the UW-Madison. And UW-Madison, for example, focuses more on the theoretical. And so my background in high school and my personal work of physically building projects was a tremendous help, because then I was able to work together the practical application of it as well as the theoretical.
Well, be intellectually curious, be a lifelong learner, be open to new ideas. There's always a better way of doing things. Embrace diversity, welcome challenges to the status quo. Celebrate those occasions when someone points out your blind spots. Those aha moments when we truly learn something new. The healthiest organizations are those when there is someone who's mentoring you, and then there's someone who you are mentoring who's going to step into your shoes as you move on up. And your goal as a leader is to find and create people who are smarter than you. There's nothing more satisfying as a leader than to nurture people to the point where they surpass you and take the organization to greater heights, further than you yourself were ever able to.